Hello, everybody.
You know what? I just stuffed a bunch of macaroni and cheese in my face. Until I have a lot of macaroni and cheese in my teeth.
You guys don't have the pleasure of appreciating Robbie's macaroni and cheese breath, which I do. So if you are jealous, if you are envious, yeah, I understand that. I've got to say, I'm starting out today's livecast on a really high note because people have been saying super nice things.
Lots of compliments in the sidebar over here.
Somebody said Robbie was beautiful. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's an observation that is true. Somebody also said that Archipelago is amazing, and I don't know if that was just unfounded enthusiasm, or if you've read it before, or if because we have read you books that you like, you just assume this one is going to be amazing. I got to tell you,
we like this one. We like this one. Where's the agenda?
I didn't bring a copy of the book.
Oh.
Yeah. So while I read the agenda, perhaps you can. Yes. Storytime agenda, March 25th, 2020. What's first? Matthew is excited. I am excited. You guys, you know why? Because today's show is about words. It's about vocabulary. It's about many syllables piled together in delicious chunks to create meaning out of consecutive sounds. There are rhythm to words. There are delightful cadences to words. I love words. I use words for specificity, for excitement, for descriptions of things. Today is about words. Archipelago is about words. You guys, if you know words, you can experience the world more richly, because the more words you know, the more you can align the things that you see with words inside your head, so then it's easier to share your experiences with other people.
Here's the thing.
What?
So,
yes.
In Eskimo native cultures,
yes,
because they live in snow all the time, they have many different words for different kinds of snow. So there's like a word for fluffy snow that falls lightly. There's a word for like heavy wet snow that piles up very high. There's a word for dusty snow that like is barely falling. There's all these different words, and because they have the different words to describe them, they are better able to appreciate different kinds of snow. Where we just say it's snowing, that doesn't tell you whether it's wet, heavy snow or the big chunky flakes, or like if I tell you, hey guys, it's snowing here in Chestertown, which it's not, don't worry. You guys might be picturing all different kinds of snow.
But if Robbie said it's schnefarteben snowing, and you knew that meant it's light and fluffy snow, you'd say, oh, it's schnebarteben snowing.
Yes.
And if she said it's...
I think we should maybe, as a project over on the sidebar, make up a word for light, fluffy snow, and another word for heavy, damp snow. And then by the end of we'll have some new vocabulary words.
Somebody just paid us the compliment of leaving somebody else's live cast to come on this one. That's very nice. I'm not going to mention that out loud, but that's very nice of you. We're going to move on to hyperbole.
Oh.
That comment that was made by M. Centurk is the most delightful thing I've ever read in my entire life. Robbie, what was that?
That was potentially hyperbole. I don't know what you've read in your life.
Robbie is the most beautiful woman that has ever been created on the face of the earth.
That is hyperbole.
That is true. What is hyperbole, Robbie?
Hyperbole is saying something so excessively overblown that it's not that it's not true.
It's not a reflection of reality.
It's an exaggeration.
It is exaggerating extravagantly.
Show how you spell hyperbole. This is my favorite.
Okay. I don't... Hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Oh, okay. Why is that your favorite? Just, you like that?
Why we decide to pronounce things the way that we do?
The important thing to know is any word that seems big and confusing is actually a bunch of little sounds all piled together. So today we're going to look at how you can pile all those sounds together and make a big word that means something great.
We've had some good words for snow already.
Ooh,
Puff stuff and marshmallow snow.
Yes.
But I think marshmallow snow could be marshmallow.
We'll work on this. Okay, we're going to crowdsource a snow vocabulary.
Yes.
Let us move on. So that was hyperbole, you guys. Next, we're going to move on. Robbie tells you what she's been busy doing since dinner time yesterday. Robbie's been working on a very important project since dinner time yesterday.
Yes.
Can you explain it?
I'm going to tell you guys what it's like to be a bear.
Okay.
My last name is Bear.
B-E-H-R.
B-E-H-R, but I fully embrace living like a bear.
B-E-A-R.
So yesterday at dinner time, we had dinner.
Yeah.
After going on a nice hike, we had a nice
celebrate Alden's birthday.
Socially distant hike, and I fell asleep.
I like a socially distant heist.
Yes.
We did not steal any jewels. All right, go ahead.
Yes, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, Robbie slept for 16 hours, you guys. It was a good, long, solid sleep. Robbie hasn't slept for more than 3 or 4 consecutive hours in about 2 months.
This is how it works to be a bear. Yeah, I stockpile. I stockpile food. I stockpile. Here's the other thing that I did before.
What did you stockpile? This is a bad example, children.
Don't do this.
Don't eat all sorts of Reese's and Snickers products. Don't do it.
This is what I was doing while I was working.
This is what we call professional requirements. But all right, we're moving on.
Okay.
We don't need to stick on this. Robbie got some sleep.
Here,
all right.
hold this straight.
I don't know how to do this. Here, you hold it. You hold it.
I'm having so much trouble.
Peripatetic cacophony. All right, so we have 2 big words here. Peripatetic sounds complicated, you guys. All it means is...
It sounds like an illness. Peripatetic.
It's not an illness.
No.
It just means you move around, all right? You can be a peripatetic... Someone who is a traveling salesperson is peripatetic. They move from place to place.
I didn't know that. I thought peripatetic implied that there was some frenzy to it.
No. You just move around. You're constantly moving around. But cacophony means a sort of a lot of loud, clamorous sounds. What is it that you're concerned about?
Again, I want to show you how cacophony is spelled.
Okay, show them.
Versus how it's pronounced.
I think it looks...
I would pronounce that cacophony.
All right. Well, you would be wrong. It's cacophony. So Robbie and I are going to model some peripatetic cacophony.
1 minute, everybody.
I apologize, parents, but you say you want a little bit of exercise.
Yes.
Today's exercise is going to be loud.
Of peripatetic.
All right.
Cacophony.
So timer. Here we go. On your marks, get set.
Go.
Oh! Move around, Robbie. You gotta move from place to place. No, that's just peripatetic twitching. I wish I had some cymbals. This is going to be a long minute for everybody around. All right, wiggle. Let's do some wiggling while we peripatetically cacophonate. Oh my gosh. It's 20 more seconds of cacophony. No one is going to keep watching this live cast. This is the worst idea I've ever had. I am getting some exercise though. Okay. All right. All right. 10 more seconds. You can do it, you guys. You can do it. You can do it. We're almost done.
I guess you can't sing. Singing isn't cacophony unless you...
Well, unless it's awful sounding. I feel like we could have made worse cacophony, but then you guys all would have quit.
I know, we should have had cymbals and like frying pans.
Sorry, parents, but look, your kids learned a few more words. Peripatetic. 4 syllables. You can say each of those separately, and you can mash them all together. Now you know about peripatetic and cacophony. I apologize if cacophony becomes more of a practice in your homes these days, but for us, whew. All right, move on to the next agenda item. Robbie, please. What do we have? We have Matthew asked you to think of your favorite words. Okay, this is a little bit of a homework assignment.
Yeah.
Robbie's going to read the book after this. That's a little spoiler alert. But I want you to think of your favorite words, the words that delight you the most, so that we can share them in the sidebar. Go ahead and put them in there, and maybe I'll publish a list of your favorite words on the Facebook page. Because words are wonderful for reasons we've already explained of helping your perception, but they're also just fun to say. Robbie, what's a word you love?
Oh, gosh, why do you
I love the word
like this?
flibberty-gibbet.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love the word lugubrious, just because it feels so good coming out of your mouth. Let's move on to the next agenda item. Robbie, you have some time along with everybody else to think of the words that you love. All right, Robbie reads Archipelago. Archipelago is my favorite long word, which is why I wrote the book Archipelago. All right, who knows what... You're going to find out what an archipelago is. If you don't know, watch out. You're going to find out. All right. Here we go, friends.
Switch this up. Hold on. Oops.
I'm still out of breath.
I know. We need to get some exercise. Okay, can you push Control L, please? Command L.
Command L. All right, there we go. Woo! Look at that. I'm learning about the controls, you guys.
Good work.
Now we're small.
All right.
I think that's such a beautiful illustration, Robbie.
I do. And you know what? I was almost inclined to post the back of the book.
Oh, because you love it?
Because I like how it turned out.
Yeah. Let me see it. Let me see the back. That's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one. There's some good words coming up.
Oh, good. Excellent. All right. Here we go, friends.
Here we go. Archipelago.
All right.
You have to turn the pages.
Oh, I forgot about that. I have responsibilities in this world, in this life.
All right.
Archipelago by
Matthew Swanson.
Matthew Swanson.
Illustrations by Robbie Bear.
Robbie Bear. The most beautiful creature that was ever created,
That
as I
is
hyperbolize a little bit.
hyperbole.
I don't know. I kind of think it. All right, here we go.
Archipelago seems like a hard word to say, but really, it isn't. It has 5 syllables, one for each of the fingers on your left hand, Matthew. Say it slowly, emphasizing the first and third syllables.
Archipelago. Let's do that again. Archipelago. All right, here we go.
You emphasize the final syllable as well, which is not how it is.
I am being chastened and chided.
Archipelago.
Archipelago.
Not archipelago.
Oh my gosh. Continue
It's time. You need to read the book and actually do what it says.
Please, Robbie.
Okay, there we go.
Archipelago.
It's a nice word, isn't it?
It really is. It really is.
Can you think of anything that rhymes with archipelago? Sink?
No.
Pig?
No.
Volcano?
No, not at all.
Boot?
Negative.
Basketball?
No, really?
Dump truck?
Not even a little.
Hammer?
Definitely not.
Tuba?
No.
Orange?
Don't be ridiculous.
Because you know what orange is famous for?
You can't rhyme with
having
orange.
Rhymes.
Yeah.
Neither can I. An archipelago is a string of islands.
Aha.
Hawaii is an archipelago. Have you been to Hawaii?
I have not been to Hawaii.
I haven't either. So there's we have the different names of all of the islands in Hawaii. And Hawaii is pronounced Hawaii. Now, Hawaii. But I know that people from Hawaii do a little, they say Hawaii.
Hawaii. Well, that's kind of what you're saying.
And there's like a little apostrophe. In actual
Hawaii.
Hawaiian language, I think it's Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Okay,
all right.
So anyway.
We're not experts.
No.
No.
There once was a Hawaiian king named Kamehameha.
Ooh.
He united all the islands of Hawaii, which makes sense since they're all part of the same archipelago.
You should get along with the other people in your archipelago. Yeah.
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha. You guys say these words.
Yes.
Don't not say them. I know we can't check on you, but you've got an honor system, okay? Kamehameha. All right.
I hope you all signed the code of honor before
you
signed on to the live
there will be a contract circulating.
I think Kamehameha is the best name in the world. What's your favorite name?
Even though that was a rhetorical question, you can answer in the sidebar. What's your favorite name?
My favorite name is Robbie Bear.
That's mine too. Robbie Bear, the most beautiful creature in the face of time.
I'd like to stop with the hyperbole.
We're done with the hyperbole.
Yeah, that one just makes me embarrassed.
No more hyperbole.
Okay.
Can't promise that. Okay.
The first time I heard the word archipelago, I thought it was a kind of dinosaur. The kind with a long neck and wrinkly kneecaps. The kind that walks really slowly, but will always catch you in the end. I was glad to find out that it was only a string of islands. The dinosaur I was thinking of is called an apatosaurus.
Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus. Say it.
All right. Apatosaurus. There's also Tyrannosaurus, Pentaceratops.
Ooh, I love that one. Ooh, Pentaceratops.
This one's the best one.
Ooh.
Hypsilophodon.
I mean,
dinosaurs have great names.
I wish there were a hippo. No, I don't. I don't wish there was one here. But I wish there was one outside.
But you know what? I think I wonder if these names are interesting because they're Latin based.
Maybe.
We'll see.
You know what? You know who will know? Robbie's dad, Bob.
Yeah.
He's watching right now, and he will maybe. I hope he makes a comment.
He's not going to make a comment.
Okay, he'll tell us later.
But that's okay.
You can say
Apatosaurus too. You really can.
Look who tried to read the book.
You sure did. Ooh. You jumped right in there, Matthew. All right. To explore an archipelago, you need a boat. For example, you could use a catamaran.
Catamaran.
I like it when it goes fast. Catamaran.
It's like falling down it's like climbing the ladder and then catamaran.
Yeah.
All right.
Sliding down the slide at the end.
Yeah.
You could also use a dinghy or a sloop or a junk or a hydrofoil. There's our dinghy and our sloop.
Right.
There's a junk and a hydrofoil. Depending on how much of a rush you're in.
Yes.
Or you could use Mbilibili, a boat that's found on an archipelago named Fiji. You don't need an M to spell Mbilibili, but you need an M to say it.
Mbilibili.
Just hum a bit before you start.
Billy. Billy.
Kind of tickles, doesn't it?
It does. My lips are tickling right now.
Billy.
All right.
What an interesting word.
I know.
Did you do some research for that?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I like how you tied it also in with archipelagos and
Robbie.
Fiji. I'm really impressed with your writing.
Do you
on
think
this one.
I'm the greatest writer in the history of time? That's not true, friends. That's hyperbole. All right, here we go.
An Billy is a raft made out of bamboo. It moves with the current down a stream, and you steer it with a long bamboo pole.
Cool. I like that illustration.
I like this illustration too, but now that I'm grown up a little bit more,
what would you do differently?
I would add a lot more detail to those back areas of grass. It would look a lot better now.
It's interesting to look back at your old work, isn't it?
It is.
All right, cool.
I loved this illustration when I first drew it.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I still love it, but
maybe
it could be better.
Maybe someday we'll get a chance to redo this book. I love this book so much. I want to share it with so many people. All right, here we go.
Have you heard of Japan?
I have.
I have too.
Okay, all right.
Japan is full of bamboo. Let me tell you something.
Well,
this is a little aside.
What?
One of the most beautiful things I have ever seen in my entire life.
Is this hyperbole or true?
This is true.
Okay.
And it might even be the most beautiful thing that I ever saw in my life.
Was it my bicep?
No.
No? Okay, go on.
In Japan, when I was in Japan visiting my family, part of my most of my direct family lives in Tokyo, which is a big city in Japan. But part of my family lived out in the countryside, and they have a farm, and it's like just beautiful, and it's sort of near these mountains, kind of low mountains, and the mountains are covered with bamboo forests. And when the wind blows, the whole forest, like, undulates. Oh, that's another good word. Undulate. It goes up and down like that. And the whole mountainside would just... It was so beautiful. It looked like it was an animal sort of like shrugging its shoulders and having its fur ripple along its back. It was so beautiful. All right. So anyway, Japan is full of bamboo.
Okay.
Japan is also an archipelago. So is New Zealand. This is how you say hello in Japan. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Now, here's an interesting thing. I'm going to move this over a little bit.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. You can do that. I forgot.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing about Japanese pronunciation.
Tell us.
Apparently, this is what I learned in my Japanese class. I'm half Japanese, but my mom never taught me how to speak Japanese, really.
Ooh.
I know. It was kind of a bummer.
All right.
I totally blame my mom and not myself.
Yeah.
So
what did you learn?
I learned that Japanese has no emphasis on any syllable more than any other syllable.
Ever? Or just in this word?
No, I think ever.
Wow.
You speak everything at the same level of...
Because in English, the emphasis is so much tied to meaning.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not konnichiwa, which is how a lot of Americans say it. It's konnichiwa.
It's konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
There you go.
This is...
And this is how you say hello in New Zealand. G'day.
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 G'day. All right, if you go to New Zealand, g'day.
You say g'day, but you know what that actually is? It's good day.
Right, it's all smashed together.
Pronounced with a New Zealand
Who has
accent.
time to say good day?
Good day.
G'day.
G'day.
All right, here we go.
All right. There is teriyaki in Japan. There are marsupials in New Zealand. And then we have some marsupials.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you some truths.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got a kangaroo.
Yeah.
A koala.
Yes.
A bandicoot.
Yes.
Another great name.
Yes.
Wombat.
Yes.
And then we say marsupial. Right? A marsupial is an animal with a pouch like a kangaroo or a koala bear.
Yes.
Now, this is where it is very important to have an editor for your work.
And a copy editor.
And a copy editor.
Yes.
So this is a book that we self-published.
Right.
So we showed it to people to check on spelling and stuff.
Yes.
And we got lots of corrections because we're not perfect. And the one thing that we did miss that a disgruntled reader wrote us about is that this is a little misleading.
Yes.
Because the marsupials in New Zealand are not the same as the marsupials in Australia.
No.
So kangaroos and koalas, while they exist in New Zealand, they exist in zoos, just like they exist in the United States in zoos.
Right.
Those are not natural
native
marsupials in New Zealand.
So we got a very strongly worded email that in future editions of this book,
which we deserved,
we should make that change. So we don't want to mislead you guys.
But there's absolutely teriyaki in Japan.
Oh. Here we go.
Teriyaki is a sweet soy sauce, which I love. It's so delicious. Teriyaki. There's also other interesting food names like chipotle, which is Matthew's favorite. Marinara. Now, some people pronounce that marinara, marinara.
It's not correct. Marinara.
I mean, we looked it up, but I pronounce it marinara.
Robbie, please read our book
I'm wrong.
and learn things.
All right. And masala.
There's so many delicious spices and sauces.
Different kinds of masala as well.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Yes.
Sometimes marsupials live on archipelagos.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do.
All right.
Marsupials almost never eat teriyaki.
No.
More for me, I say.
That's right. Sometimes it's good to share. Sometimes you just got to eat that teriyaki. All right?
Certainly don't share it with a koala because they don't appreciate it.
No, not even interested. Yeah.
I've never been to New Zealand or Japan, but on Tuesday I ate some teriyaki and saw a koala in the zoo. Now you have since been to Japan.
I think this was a channeled narrative voice, Robbie.
See.
This is not a first-person narrative. This is an omniscient narrator trying to tell something. So, yes, it's not me.
So here's some other things that we see in the zoo. Okay. Orangutan.
Orangutan.
Now, some people pronounce that like Matthew just did with a G at the end.
Ah! I hope nobody heard that. Orangutan. Orangutan.
But I've always said
orangutan. It's not orangutan.
I've already said orangutan.
It's not. It just sounds fun that way.
Jaguar.
Yeah.
I like my drawing of the jaguar. That turned out pretty well.
All right, cool.
Rhinoceros. Hippopotamus.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hippos were my favorite when I was little.
Hippopotamus. It's like a party in your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hippopotamus. Anteater.
Crocodile.
Have you ever been to the zoo?
I have.
You don't need my help with the word zoo.
You got it. You guys are on it. Zoo.
Got it.
The zoo.
Just think of all the words you know already. Dog, ball, cat, doll, tree, hat. Hey, look, there's our dog, Iggy, and there's our cat, Lily. They have since passed away, but we love them very much.
Passed on. They're elsewhere.
Yes.
Just not here.
They're over the Rainbow Bridge.
Yes, here we go.
All right. Just think of all the words you still have to learn.
Robbie, are you going to read these amazing words to us?
I'm going to read them so fast, though,
okay? Here we go.
Hullabaloo, lollygag, colloquial, onomatopoeia, gargantuan, quandary, asunder, flibbertigibbet, ameliorate, ululation, salubrious, loquacious, perspicacious, dodecahedron, triskaidekaphobia, scalawag, platitude, riposte, lackadaisical, mangle, rigmarole, reprobates, serendipitous, disheveled, shrewdly, punctilious, bloviate, syzygy, indubitable, hornswoggle, borborygmi.
You guys, if you have need of an activity this afternoon,
you can look up all those words.
You can look up all these words and you can find out what all of them mean. We're going to teach you what a few words mean in a minute. But we don't have time to teach you what all the words mean because there's so many words.
There's lots of words.
All right.
Sometimes you read a book because it has a good story, and sometimes you read a book because you like the pictures. Why did you read this book? Because we forced you to.
You had to. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Did you learn anything useful? Probably not.
If you did, put it in the sidebar. I want to know what you learned that was useful.
Did you like the words? Please, everybody applaud for Matthew. Archipelago, Hawaii, Kamehameha. He picked out some good words. Apatosaurus, catamaran, Mbili, marsupial, teriyaki. Did you like the pictures?
Everybody applaud for Robbie Bear, the world's finest illustrator.
Oh, stop with the hyperbole.
No, I'm trying to help.
Gonna stop.
We're helping people. No, okay, go on. Yes.
All right. This book is kind of like an archipelago, a string of words and pictures clustered together with empty space between them, like a bunch of islands sitting in the sea.
All right.
Which it says the sea behind this little window where our heads are.
I
love this illustration.
I love this illustration. I love this sentiment. I love this sentence.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite books we've made, you guys.
All right.
All right, and there's the koala.
The koala rowing away with his little...
Probably trying to get away from the teriyaki. All right? You got to escape the teriyaki. The end.
The end.
Oh, did you... Yes, Robbie is taking the agenda because she has now taken my agenda wielding away from me.
Now that I move the camera back to where it's supposed to be.
You think I'll be okay?
Should be okay.
All right. So one of the words Robbie read in that big word balloon was ululation.
Ululation. Which
just means to make a series of... You want to ululate with me? That's all it is. Ululation. All right, so you know the word you. You. Lay, to lay down. Shun is to say, no more, Robbie. So you know the words you, lay, and shun, which means you know the word ululation. I'm just saying, you guys.
I also want to tell you something. That ululating is not something that we typically do or hear in America.
But
there are other cultures that ululate as part of celebrating or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, we would not have the word ululation if we did not know people who ululated.
That's correct.
So back in the old days, if we didn't have internet and we didn't have TV and we didn't expose ourselves to other cultures and people, we wouldn't have that word in the language.
Thank goodness we have it, because it's fun to say and fun to do. So do that for the next 4 hours and see what your parents say. Okay, here we go.
Look, Ella's doing it over in the sidebar.
Oh, good job,
Thank you, Ella. She even spelled it interestingly.
You share your favorite words. We tell you about Moxie's dictionary, and we give you a homework assignment. Okay. We're almost out of time, so I'm just sort of rushing through all those things. Did we get some favorite words over here? If so, I want to share them. Random and cacophony. And
okay, hold on. Yeah, cacophony is a good one.
Cacophony.
Another one that is spelled in a way that I would pronounce it cacophony.
Yeah. Okay. Because you're Robbie and you're not.
Well, because I read and you read the anemone.
Oh,
that's a
good word.
Because of the way that it mashes around in your lips.
But
anemone.
It looks unfriendly when you look at it. You're like, how do I pronounce that? But you know the word You say it all the time. I say it all the time. Nem. I mean, you don't say nem a lot, but it's super easy to say. Nem. We just covered that. Knee.
Anemone.
Anemone.
Now, an
you got
anemone
it.
sounds very exotic.
Yeah.
It's a flower. There's also sea anemones.
It's an underwater flower. I mean, our fundamental anemone characterization is the underwater anemone.
This is interesting because Matthew doesn't know the names of any flowers.
Yeah, but anemone is not a common flower. The anemone underwater is the primary anemone in people's mental real estate. We're going to have to disagree on that one if you don't. We're going to put a poll. When you think anemone, you think under the sea. You think under the sea. Under the sea. No, nobody thinks of a terrestrial anemone. Nobody does.
Anemones are beautiful flowers.
Kiwi.
That's a good one.
Hypothesis.
That's a good one.
You guys, you've got calliope. Oh,
that's a good one.
I love it. Murmur.
Again, calliope. A lot of these words are pronounced different from how you would naturally are spelled different from how you pronounce them.
Diphthong.
Oh, that's a good one.
Diphthong. I mean, that sounds to me like the world's most excoriating insult. You diphthong.
Yeah,
but it's a kind of sound. I don't even,
I think it's two vowel sounds together, like O-U.
I'm not going to purport to say definitively what a diphthong is because
we should look it up.
Yeah, we will look it up. Or you look it up. Maybe we'll look it up tomorrow. I need some time to give these guys their homework assignment, okay? We're going to do a project on Friday, which I think is my favorite project that we've ever done in the history of Bobbly Books. So what you guys need are 2 marbles, a couple of rubber bands, and a piece of cloth, a piece of round cloth about that big, Robbie? What would you say?
Yeah.
So about 5 inches in diameter. So I know you might need some time.
It's more than 5. Maybe like 8.
6 inches in diameter. Well, we can always trim it if it's too much.
Yeah.
6 or 8 inches in diameter, which means from across the way, right? Or is that what radius diameter is across? Yeah. Okay. So work with your parents, whoever you're with. You need a piece of cloth, roughly 8 inches in diameter, 2 marbles, and how many rubber bands? 3 or 4 rubber bands?
I think 2 rubber bands.
2 rubber bands. Mm-hmm. Have some extras in case you break them. Okay. Yes. And then, did they need another piece of cloth for the horizontal aspect? So a thin strip of cloth, maybe 6 inches long. So and an inch wide. Have some cloth on hand. Maybe we'll write down the directions. We will, but I want you to start thinking about. You need these things. We're going to make something awesome on Friday. I'm not going to tell you any more than that now. Magical crafting is going to happen. I hope this is not hyperbole, Matthew. This is not hyperbole. This is a lot of build-up. Tried and true happiness mechanism. Okay. Friends, we've got to say goodbye to you now. Ella is awesome, and so she deserves a shout-out. Shout-out to Ella. There are several people who... Did Ella herself make that claim? It doesn't matter. She is awesome and deserves a shout-out. That is a truth. Ella! Whether Ella requests it herself or not. I'm going to eulogate for you, Ella. All right. Friends, did you learn that words are ultimately magical, beautiful things that are accessible? Every long word you can break into little words that you can say. All right? I want you to embrace words. I want you to seek out vocabulary. Another good word, segue. Oh we got in a big argument about segue. Oh my gosh. But let's save it for a different day. We need to say goodbye for now. We need to say goodbye for now. We have 1 more minute. No, we need that minute to regroup before we start the next live cast. Robbie, Matthew has needs. We will talk about segue tomorrow. He was wrong about Remind us. Segue. I never make errors about pronunciation ever, orangutan. Goodbye, friends. We'll see you later. Bye, everyone.